How many times have you heard this? Just let go. All you have to do is detach and let go. Just surrender to your desires. But how? In this video, I'm actually going to break down the how and the why. Before I knew the science, I was asking that exact same question and was being told the exact same things, but just couldn't figure out how to actually let go so that the things that I want can come in. And at the end of the video, I'm going to be giving some tips for you, but also for the people that responded to the question that I put up in my Instagram story. So if you are excited for this video and you are ready to finally feel free to let go of your desires, then give this video a like. When it comes to manifesting, there are some basics of quantum physics that we need to understand that'll give us a better understanding of why it's important to let go and what actually happens when you let go. So the first point that we need to realize and we need to understand is that the world is just this ball of energy, and the only way that it becomes the physical world that you're experiencing right now is when somebody is there to observe it. So the phone or the laptop that you're looking at right now while you're watching this video, the only reason that this took the form of a phone or a laptop is because you are there using it, observing it. You are there looking at it. And through that observing is what turns this infinite amount of possible outcomes that quantum physicists call this quantum soup into the one reality that you're experiencing right now. So when somebody is not observing it, then it goes back to that quantum soup, because it doesn't need to be in physical form since there's nobody observing it. What is observing? Observing is looking at something. It's also thinking about something. It's searching for something. Any time that you are actually thinking, giving energy to, focusing on something that you want, or anything in general, even if it's something you don't want, whenever you're focusing and giving something energy, that is observing it. And that is making it go from this energetic quantum soup to physical form. This is important to understand because change doesn't happen from physical form. I mean, it can, but it takes years for things to change when you're working with physical form. When it comes to manifesting and being able to take quantum leaps within your reality and create change in a matter of almost no time at all, that circumstance in your life needs to go from being observed, meaning go from physical form, back to the quantum soup, where the change can actually occur. Change in quantum leaps can only happen when that circumstance can take a break from the physical realm and go back to the quantum realm and go into all of its infinite amount of possibilities in that quantum soup. And then when it returns, it can come back in a completely different form. If we are trying to constantly think about something and almost will it into changing, we're not giving it the opportunity to actually go back to that quantum soup so that it can change forms. Is this making sense for you guys so far? If you have any questions at all that you want clarity on, then comment down below and let me know if you need help understanding this, and I am totally willing to answer any of your questions. So what do you actually do to let go? Basically, it's just taking your mind off of it, just putting your mind somewhere else, just putting your focus on something else completely. But where people go wrong is they don't actually do the reprogramming work to change how they view that thing that they want. And this is how something can take that quantum leap and make these huge changes, because they're actually changing their perspective of the thing that they are wanting, the circumstance in their life that they're trying to change. If you don't change the way that you are perceiving something, then when you think about it again, it'll keep showing up as that same thing. So letting go is good, but where is your perspective of the thing that you want, of that circumstance you're trying to change? Are you still viewing it from the perspective that things are just going wrong and this person just doesn't want you, or money just doesn't flow to you, or whatever it is? What perspective do you have of that circumstance? The only way that you can actually let go and see the changes that you want is by reprogramming your perspective. And if you need help reprogramming your perspective, then check out this video where I went in depth into how to actually reprogram your mind. Now let's get into what you guys have said about letting go and why it's difficult for you, and let's see if we can resolve some of those fears. And the first one is, things will change and I don't like change. And this is very common. Change can be difficult for people. It's that whole fear of the unknown. In my perspective, if you know something beautiful is coming for your life and it's only going to bring blessings for you and everybody involved, and there's only positive things coming, I don't think people will be afraid of that. I don't think people are fearful of success. I think that people are fearful when there is some type of negative belief or some consequence to change. So I would say, if you're feeling like you don't like change, start to look at, what do you think will happen when your life changes? And if there's anything negative within there, let's say you feel like you won't have the friends that you have right now, or people treat you differently, those are all just beliefs. So that means that you can reprogram them and create the life and the change that you want in the way that you want. The next comment that came up was the belief that I am not good enough for those things to happen to me. So this is definitely something that I had to work through myself as well. I did tons of shadow work on it, tons of energy healing, tons of inner child work, but I found that those techniques and those exercises didn't heal anything. They left me with just that same fear and those same thoughts. And the reason for that is because you're not actually breaking free of the emotional cycle. You're not raising above those current ways of thinking and current ways of feeling. So raising your base emotional state, that is the only way you will be able to change your beliefs and change the way that you perceive the world and perceive yourself. Remember, we manifest our thoughts as well. Our thoughts aren't happening in here, they're happening all around us. And it's just how we feel that picks and chooses the thoughts and beliefs and memories that we have. So if you can feel better consistently and increase your base emotional state, those old ways of thinking and those old ways of believing about yourself, you won't be a match to them energetically. And the final thing that I want to give some tips and advice for is, I'll succeed in letting go and I won't be able to control it. So control that's the thing that we really need to work on and focus on here. The thing about control is, yes, we do have control over the things that we experience in life, but feeling like we need to control everything comes from a state of fear. So if you are feeling like you need to control everything in order for things to actually happen for you, then again, this comes back to the very last thing that we were talking about. We need to lift up your base emotional state so that you aren't a match to that belief anymore. So if you can get out of fear, get out of worry, raise above it, control won't have so much control over you. If you are feeling like you need some help getting unstuck, I have a free 11-page guide where I can actually walk you through all the steps to get you from feeling stuck to living your deepest desires. And if you are wanting an actual tangible example of how to let go and how I use letting go to make me money, then make sure you ring the bell icon below so that you can be notified of my next video, which is going to be an example all about how I influence the Forex market with my mind to make money. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.